So yeah, we're heading down the hill, and all of a sudden there was just a bit of interest from the back of the bus as to what was going on with the driver, because it seemed like obviously the brakes had gone at that point, but me, I was still not quite paying attention to what was going around me, still hearing some strange mechanical noises coming from the bus, as if, I don't know, it's just like metal on metal kind of sounds, smelling a bit of smoke. People started to panic, so they started kind of yelling at the driver, like, what's going on, like, what's happening, you know, and then to my family in front of me just freaking out. And then, yeah, kind of at that point I was asking, I was like, oh, well, it smells like smoke. And my uncle turns around like, we've got no brakes. You know, we've got a few people that were sitting in the front of the bus started to move to the back of the bus. And then everyone was just in panic mode at that point, just freaking out. The bus driver's freaking out. You could like visibly see that he was trying his best to do what he could. To even this guy who was sitting across from us to our left, he ended up just jumping out of the bus halfway down the hill. He opened up the emergency door that was in the middle of the bus and just jumped down, just gone. So that was pretty terrifying, and at that point I was like, oh my God, we're going to die. The people in the back were freaking out. My family member in front of me was, you know, she was screaming, and people in the back were like, oh, just pull over here, or pull the handbrake, or he's just like, I'm trying, and then at that point he just stopped talking, so he just did what he had to do, I suppose, as the driver. Before the actual crash point, yeah, it was pretty straightforward, it was straight down the mountain. And then we saw the corner coming or approaching us, and I don't know if anyone else knew, but I knew. I was like, this is it, this is where we're going to crash. Like, it's a pretty bendy corner. Instead of going over the hill, he kind of just turned the bus so that the back of the bus would hit the railing, so that we would roll to the left rather than down the mountain. Because it all happened quite quickly. It was going from my seat to however many times we rolled, and at that point it was kind of just all pitch black for me, to landing halfway out the bus with the road in front of me where the windscreen was supposed to be. Yeah, well, for me it was, everything just went pitch black, and it kind of just felt like, I mean, I've never experienced it myself, but it kind of feels like you're in a dryer with lots of clothes, and it just kind of like just tumbling around. And realised once the bus had stopped, I pretty much just crawled out of the bus. I noticed that the driver had sustained an injury to his head, and he was still conscious, but he was just lying down. And I just crawled out and called 111 really. I knew there were like pretty bad injuries around for all of us, but I didn't realise that there would have been, at that point, that anyone had died or even was near that point of passing away. Pretty banged up and pretty shaken. One of them had to get helicoptered to Waikato Hospital. She sustained a pretty bad head injury. Yeah, she's on bed rest for about a month, probably maybe a little bit more. I definitely think now that they should have had better buses, especially for the public, going up and down the mountain, and if another accident was to happen and people are standing in aisles, it just causes too much injury, and it's just trying to prevent that, of course. I think if there were seatbelts in our bus, it could have helped prevent a few injuries or anything like that, even though it wasn't the seatbelts that caused the accident. Yeah, I guess it causes some concern about the maintenance of the bus and how, I don't know if it was because of age or if it just wasn't maintained very well, but you know, it does raise that red flag, I suppose, yeah.